Yep.
You can change the attack. You can sell players. You can sell Rashford, all this, no problem. But if you can't even win simple games like that, right? If the result don't matter, then what's the point of doing this week in, week out? I don't understand. What's the point of pumping in money? What's the point of buying a new training facility?
Yep.
Might as well everyone just go home and then liquidate the club. It saves everyone's time and money,
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of the Football Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Podcast Network. I'm your host and I'm joined by my fellow Kaki bro, Paul. Paul, how are you doing, bro?
I'm doing okay, bro. I think many of us had a crash out last night, but I think it's fine. I think other than that, I think it's been a good weekend so far.
Yeah,
we caught up on the new season of Alice in Borderland, bro. Yeah, have you watched before?
Never.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, you're going to watch.
I will see
Japanese version of Squid Game.
I will see when I want to do it, right? But I finally watched Superman though.
The most recent one.
The most recent. It's not bad. It's quite funny. It's just
funny but
it's a very different tone compared to the Man of Steel. But I actually kind of like it because it's more comic book. Correct.
And this Superman is not so overpowered, right?
Correct. But side note, right, bro? I was walking down a bakwa store the other day, right? Side note, I want to ask you this very unique question, right? Okay. Have you ever tried a fish bakwa?
I have not.
Neither have
I've only tried a chewing gum bakwa.
What's a chewing gum bakwa?
So like last time, right, in primary school, they shaped the bakwa in the form of like a chewing gum. They can push it out, they can eat like the bakwa strip. But I've not tried a fish bakwa.
Okay, because the reason why I asked this, right, was because I can't remember whether it was a Bicheng Hang that is selling this, right? But I was walking past. Then they always got the gourmet bakwa, then the usual like small bakwa strips, the bakwa coin, and then got the normal bakwa, right? Then I saw this thing called fish bakwa, and I have been very confused and perplexed and curious ever since, right? Because for one, bakwa is always made with either pork or beef or chicken. The other thing is that how do you make bakwa with fish, and how will it taste like? And it's red and brown.
I don't know, man. Maybe they found a way to integrate fish paste with meat. Hey, then why you never buy and try, bro? You should have bought
it's not cheap.
Try. Yeah, but they sell it by the gram or something, right?
Yeah, but it's like I think you
buy 100 gram and try.
I think maybe you pay by about a few, like maybe 100 grams, like maybe $8.
Yeah. So funny thing is, right, I was in Chinatown yesterday, bro. I saw like tourists, right?
Yeah.
Like these three, I think Western guys, like they were standing outside the Bicheng Hang, right?
Yeah.
They were eating one strip of bakwa. I don't know if they bought, like they pool money together and buy 100 grams or they just bought one slice and eat. But it's so funny, because I was like, usually I don't see people eating one slice of bakwa outside the shop. I'm guessing they pooled like 100 grams together and then they just like split and try it.
Yeah, maybe. But it's like, okay, it's rare. Usually most of us is like, you buy like one whole like bag of it, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces.
500-600 grams, yeah, correct.
Yeah, then after you take it home, then you cut it up at home. Like
right.
how during Chinese New Year, you always like your mom or your dad will like chop out the bakwa into smaller pieces. Then they put into one like plastic container.
Yeah, correct.
Then you go and eat the bakwa, and the bakwa become dry already. Don't have the oil anymore.
Don't have the oil. You must go and put in the oven or something.
Put in the oven or go in microwave. And I think,
I think that was funny.
Yeah, no, I mean like it's how to say it's like it's a cultural thing because to you, right, it's funny because it's
the only time you eat bakwa is during Chinese New Year.
Yeah, it's the only time you eat bakwa during Chinese New Year. Or if you do eat bakwa, right, it's usually like
at home.
At home, correct.
You don't eat it on the street. Yeah. Right.
I mean, I've got nothing to say about that, but
I'm pretty sure they just wanted to try it,
I mean, it's bakwa, what? It's like it's Chinese. Our Chinese version of beef jerky.
That's right. Correct. Yeah, it's exactly like that. Yeah.
It's the Chinese version because just that ours is a bit more like oilier and wet, like a barbecue piece, but theirs is more dried out. So, side note, right, bro? I have tried EAFC 26. My verdict is right. It is probably the best football game that EA has released in a damn long time.
Too bad. I think it's sort of like too late to.
That's the problem.
FIFA for like 3 years already.
That's the problem, right? Had they done this like 3, 4, 5 years ago, right? Like FIFA 20, FIFA 21, right?
At the peak of like FIFA, right, where they were too comfortable.
Yeah.
Right. If they were at the peak and then they take it up one more notch like that, right, bro? I think it'll be. Yeah.
It's so sad.
It's so sad. They would not have lost their golden goose.
No, it's so sad because like it took like $1 billion plus money loss last year. And then now when you finally have a situation whereby you have to understand that, okay, all this time, right, the players were actually right. Our game sucks. And you finally deliver a good game, right? All the good players have all like
left already. Yeah.
Left already.
No, it only proves to you that all this while they could have done it, man.
Yeah.
But they just refuse They refuse to do it, right?
They refuse to do it.
For some reason, yeah.
No, it's so sad because like I was playing it and like, you know how sometimes when you play FIFA, right, you end up tackling, right? Then, there's rebounds. There's like this
glitches and
ricochets, right? Bro, there was none of that shit. Like, I remember...
Okay, but maybe because you're playing career mode, so it's different.
No, but that's the thing.
You must play Ultimate Team and try.
Correct.
Whether it's...
That's the thing. So, because the thing is that there's two specific modes, ma. So there's the career mode, competitive mode, and then there's the Ultimate Team mode. I am not going back to Ultimate Team ever again. So to me, the Ultimate Team mode doesn't matter to me anymore.
So for you to see it's the greatest game they ever made.
That's what I'm saying.
I think...
No, I'm not saying that it's the greatest game. I'm saying that it's the greatest game that they have released in a damn long time. Because if you're talking about just general gameplay, not in a sense, right? Like, I played EAFC 25 like last week. And I played it this year. And I played 26 this year, right? It is totally different. And I can say that it's the best game, right? Literally because even though I'm playing against a computer, right? I feel like whatever movement I need them to do, it gets done. If I lose the ball, it's because I made a bad pass. If I slide tackle and I miss a tackle, it's a bad tackle. But if I slide tackle and I win the ball, I know that I'm gonna actually win the ball. You get what I mean, right? That type of thing. So it's all about like little things where even last time before Ultimate Team, right? That was what we all harped on. Like FIFA 07, FIFA 08, FIFA 10, FIFA 12. Those games, right? Where it was always about career mode gameplay, right? Then you have your online one, right? I'm not gonna like go into it because I'm not gonna touch Ultimate Team already lah. It's not good for mental health.
Yeah, okay. But I think I've watched videos. I've seen reviews about the game. I think it's good so far lah. You know, it's just I think why couldn't they have done this when we were all still like active in the game? You know, it's like I personally haven't even touched my Xbox in like 2 years. 1.5. Okay, maybe not 2 years. Like 1.5. I've not bought like
until GTA 6 comes out.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to make sure that it stays warm until then. Yeah, but I think so far it's quite fun. I just by watching the videos because I still follow like AA9.
Yeah.
Even like Azio and when they pen test all this, right? They still do that. I mean that's their job lah. But
correct.
Once in a while it's good to realize how the thrill of opening packs and everything.
Yeah.
But not for us lah.
I feel that in terms of gameplay fluidity, just based on career mode, right? Not talking about online lah. Online, I probably won't do that, right? I do really think that it's a good game based on what they've pushed out because I've only been playing career mode for like the past 3 FIFAs, 3 ESC. So Ultimate Team already went to shambles already, and then people just started dropping out, right? So if this is the baseline for FIFA moving forward and they get better, which probably maybe this is just going to be the baseline for it for next few games. It's not a bad thing. But
it took them a $1 billion hit.
It took them more than $1 billion hit, right? And it was like 10 years too late.
Okay, maybe not 10 years, maybe 5 lah.
5 lah. Okay,
10 years ago, FIFA was still okay.
Yeah. 5-6 years ago. They haven't reached the pinnacle of
at least 5 years
FIFA 17 yet. You come over to my house and you play lah. Then you see whether you like it or not. All right.
Okay.
Then it's the only thing that you have to play to understand to see whether it's good or bad. So yeah. Okay. So today, very simple. We have 2 main things that we want to cover here today. We've got what's going on, which I will let Paul decide later because something has happened in the world of football recently, which is going to be a very sad thing for some fans, particularly of one club. And then we're going to talk about Manchester United. After the loss to Brentford 3-1 and the continuous issues of playing players in the wrong position, right? The question remains, is it time for Ruben Amorim to go? Because his record has been horrible. So we're going to talk about Manchester United and what it has led to this point because I think fans are frustrated already and it comes to a point where you cannot blame just the players anymore already for this thing. We'll say our thoughts later, but we'll move on and then we'll talk about the match of the week, which is Chelsea versus Liverpool. which we will give our match predictions at the end of this episode. So, bro, shall we begin?
Yes, sir.
Now, before we get into the main segment of this week's episode of the Football Kaki, we would like to thank our sponsor, Sauce Kingdom, for sponsoring this week's episode. First up, we'd like to take a break in the episode to thank our friends at Sauce Kingdom, the famous good France sauce brand trusted by giant fast food chains around the world.
With these sauces, you can turn any air fryer meal into a gourmet experience. Let's run through a few favorites. Buttermilk Ranch, creamy, herby, perfect with pizza, fried chicken or even veggies. Texas Grill, smoky, bold, that true BBQ peak flavor in every bite.
Smoked mayo, rich, savory, Fries' ultimate partner, and New York burger sauce, tangy, classic, and turns any burger into a diner-style experience. To find out more, check out the Shopee and Lazada links in our description. Now available in selected Sheng Siong outlets and soon in all stores.
Once again, a big thank you to our friends at Sauce Kingdom for sponsoring this episode.
Restaurant taste at home. And now, let's get back right into the Football Kaki. Okay.
I think the biggest what's going on so far, right, is that finally this particular player from Barcelona, dubbed as one of the greatest CDMs ever, Sergio Busquets, is retiring from football. Announced his retirement. He's sort of the kind of player that when we were younger that time we didn't really appreciate.
Yeah.
You know, we just sort of thought that he's this slow player that I don't know why he's in the team.
Yeah.
and that maybe Xavi and Iniesta made him look good, you know.
Yeah.
But as you grow older and as you appreciate football more, you just realize how pivotal he was as to Barcelona's success, you know, and even Spain. So yeah, he's retiring with one World Cup, one Champions League, 3 Champions League, one Euro, which is the 2012 Euro. I think 9-time Spanish champion, which is the La Liga. 3 UEFA Super Cup, 3 FIFA Club World Cup, 7 Spanish Cup. 7 Spanish Super Cup, 1 Supporters Shield, and 1 League Cup lah. So it's like the League Cup, which is the one he was in Inter Miami lah.
Yeah.
So I think not a very bad trophy cabinet for a player who is to be part of the famous midfield of Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets.
Yeah, yeah, and he was considered the worst of the 3. Yes.
So I just have one question for you, right, bro?
Yeah.
Is he arguably one of, or if not the best, like, center defensive midfielder ever?
Okay. This is what my thinking, right? Is because there's a lot of players that have played CDM. So Casemiro's played CDM, Xabi Alonso's played CDM, Sami Khedira's played CDM, Kante, Claude Makelele, Cruz more central midfield.
Yeah.
But I think what he has done in terms of the way that he's played, because I feel that a lot of these players, right, the ones that I mentioned, right, they've both played either in a pivot or a 2. You get what I mean, right? He's the only one that's played as a lone.
I mean, you can arguably put someone that's close to him, which is Rodri also, which is he's the kind that will also play alone by himself.
Correct. And I feel that with 4-3-3, especially in a Pep system, right, you know how press resistant you have to be as the lone central defensive midfielder.
Yeah. And not like he got like the engine of Kante, the legs of like Makelele, all this, you know. Don't
have. Like,
and doesn't have the speed also, yeah. You know?
Correct. And if you were to, let's say, just compare him to like Casemiro, to Xabi Alonso, right? Xabi Alonso's passing range is a lot better than him. Casemiro is more aggressive, he's stronger, he's quicker at his prime. Now it's a different Casemiro. Sami Khedira was a lot more aggressive, but Sami Khedira predominantly always played in a 2.
Yep.
Like when he was at Real Madrid, I think if I'm not mistaken, he was with Xabi Alonso together in the midfield. Then Ozil was in front of him, in front of both of them. So when you see that, you end up going like, oh, is the guy that is the least athletic among all of them, right? The best one. And
this is the brain, bro.
And it's really the brain. Yeah. It's really the brain, because the reason why Barcelona was so hard to press, right, is because you could even get the ball off.
Yeah, and it's not because they are like super physical, right?
Correct.
It's the IQ and the brain
of
how to keep the ball.
Correct. And it's one of the things whereby if you've seen him, right, the way he positions himself, he will move, then he'll get out of a position, right? Just to do a quick pass the ball. He doesn't hold the ball for like more than a few seconds. It's like very fast. It's just like then the ones that hold the ball and bring it up, right, is like Xavi Iniesta. But he's the one that gets the ball at the pivot point in between the two, in between the defense and the midfield, turns and gets it up the field to the other 2. You know how smart and how good of a player you actually have to freaking be just to be a pivot, right, for probably the greatest football team in history.
Yeah. And the fact that, like you mentioned, like his body feints and everything, right?
Yep.
Most of the time, when I watch like him play, right, it's because he know when to turn, when he know how to read the opponent into like, and in a way like fake the opponent into thinking he will pass like forward or like pass this direction. But the moment the player commit, right, he'll just go the other direction.
Yeah, correct.
And he does it so naturally, you know. And it's like when he do it, then we like, oh, you know, like that guy just got like knee jerked and ankle broken, that kind. And but then when you think about it, it's just so simple for him. It's like he didn't have to do any tricks. He didn't have to do any like he just doesn't have to put like 100% effort. You know, it's just like it's a casual thing to him. It's just,
correct.
Like in a way, just goes with the flow, and then but that one turn opens up like the attack for the whole team.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And like defensively, right, he's also a decent tackler, so he can kind of win the ball back also. But I think like what you said, the way that he plays football, is like how I want to play football because it's simple. It's no frills, no.
It's not taxing on you, you know.
Yeah, no frills, no like nothing out of the ordinary.
No stress, no pressure,
no stress,
right,
no nothing. It's just like, if you foresee that this player is going to do this thing, I'm going to do the opposite of that.
Yeah.
Like he can anticipate like, okay, this guy's going to press here, but if the other guy's going to press, I'm going to do this. If this guy's going to press, I'm going to do this. If this guy's going to press, I'm going to do this. So it's like everything's kind of like pre-planned brain in your map, right? It's like just instinct, okay, I'm just going to do that. It's like kind of like who are like, you know, like Fabregas also was similar.
Yeah, but Fabregas more attacking lah, you know.
Yeah,
for
correct.
Sure.
But then Xabi Alonso also similar. I realize it's just a Spanish midfield thing.
Yeah, it's a Spanish midfield thing. I think as you can see, so evidently like in this era is like what Rodri.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say lah Zubimendi, you know, all this. Yeah, they're all like taking reference from Busquets lah, you know.
Correct.
It's just it's a set. I not say setting, like just a unlucky thing that he was in the era of like Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah.
You see, if not, you see, how come Rodri can win the Ballon d'Or? But Rodri won the Ballon d'Or, right? I think if Busquets was playing in this era, he would be the one to win it also.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure, yeah.
He's the best at his position and he made what a centre pivot look like.
He's the benchmark, right? Yeah.
He's the benchmark of like what a CDM or like a central like lone CDM looks like to a football team because the current modern day football, right, is based on Pep Guardiola. And he was the first like real version of the lone midfielder in Pep's system. So it's kind of like he's the benchmark for every single 4-3-3 holding system. And every single player that's come after that is indirectly being compared to Busquets without people knowing that he's compared to Busquets.
It's also another way to show that we are all getting older, you know. You know, this kind of players are already retiring. So
But
I think it's a good retirement for him, maybe. Because he sort of like finished in Inter Miami with Messi, right?
Yep. But
like majority of them.
But I will say this, like I hated him because he was always diving.
Yeah, so like even when and that like prime Barcelona period, I always think like this guy is doing nothing except diving, rolling on the floor. Then I always wonder like how this kind of player can get into Barcelona's team, you know. Then actually realize, then when you realize actually
then you realize, right, it's because it's to get under your skin so that you cannot concentrate and you get frustrated.
You cannot get a ball, he's rolling on the floor. He got a very famous picture of him like opening his eyes.
The leg, right? The eyes.
Yeah, the referee. Yeah.
You look at the referee.
The Champions League semi-final, right?
Yeah. Was it Inter?
Yeah.
The Inter one, right?
Inter against Inter, yeah. He got the who sent off, right? One of the players.
Yep. But they still didn't win.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on. I think more of these players will soon retire.
Yeah, but you will never have like a CDM at that level. I think after Rodri's gone, it's going to be very difficult because for a while, and like there are some younger CDMs I think around the world, but it's going to be a different thing altogether because most of the time, it's 4-2-3-1 now rather than 4-3-3. So moving on, we got to talk about the club of the jersey that you are wearing right now.
Show you.
Manchester United have lost to Brentford 3-1. Ruben Amorim's record as Manchester United manager in the Premier League since he has taken over is 9 wins, 7 draws, and 17 losses.
9 wins. Yeah, 17 losses is crazy.
17 losses in the Premier League. His overall, in terms of all competitions, is 49 games, right? He's won 18, lost 12. Won 18, drawn 12, lost 19. So, the problem, and I see and I'm gonna ask you, right? We've been talking about player problems, right?
Yep.
But when does it come to a point where it's a manager problem? Because with United, right, it's gonna be the same cycle of, oh, the manager sucks, I'm gonna kick the manager out. But a bunch of players are the same.
We've been going at this, bro, I think for like 3-4 years already.
Yeah.
Like the talk about, okay, at some point the manager need to take responsibility.
Correct.
But whereas the entire time, right, they only like changed like less than half of the players from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Which is
I
crazy,
agree.
you know. Yeah, so like the only variable that stays the same, right, is like the players.
Yeah.
Not to point fingers or anything, but I think there is an equal responsibility for the players as to the manager, you know.
Yeah.
So I can name a few things this season alone. Like there is so many things that I sort of like disagree with him. Like you refuse to play certain players. You buy a keeper for 3.5 weeks, 4 weeks, coming to 4 weeks already. You still refuse to play him. You're still playing that goalkeeper that what was bullied by Arsenal during the opening game. Yeah, I mean, you saw it yesterday lah. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
What kind of goalkeeper parries the ball into the striker's feet? Really, Onana 2.0, bro. I really cannot take it. And I want to help him, right? But you saw the last goal.
Yeah.
Bro, you have a direct view of the ball and you just let the ball go past you.
And you dive, right?
Even the first goal, right, by India, right? You know when, what's his name? Thiago was coming one-on-one, right?
Yeah.
Bro, he was more focused, right, on what was behind him. Did you see how many times by India look back? What's that to look back about, bro? There's nothing behind you except your water bottle and your towel. I don't understand why he need to look back before he positions himself. Like, you go and take a look at it. Like, if you have time, right, you go and see how many times he look back when he's like, the striker is coming to you one-on-one. I really don't understand. It's just something about this, the pressure of being Man United's goalkeeper. I don't know. I have sort of like accepted, maybe, is this club doing this on purpose or not? It's like a infinite PR glitch. You play well, they talk about you. You don't play well, they talk even more about you. So it's like, how many games have you played? 4? 5?
About 6.
6, right? No, EPL games. 5, right? I think if I'm wrong. 6. And not one of the wins was a convincing win. Like last week's win against Chelsea, bro, we barely scraped a lucky win because of that. And then the game against Burnley, we had a 97-minute penalty from Bruno. So last week is a sort of bit of like inflated score because we were playing against 10-man Chelsea for like 75% of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very bad representation of the club so at the moment.
Yep.
You can change the attack. You can sell players. You can sell Rashford, all this, no problem. But if you can't even win simple games like that, right? If the result don't matter, then what's the point of, like doing this week in, week out? I don't understand. What's the point of pumping in money? What's the point of buying a new training facility?
Yep.
Might as well everyone just go home and then liquidate the club. It saves everyone's time and money, I really don't understand, bro. We have reached to a point where it's like, it's not even worth talking about it anymore. It's like not even worth wasting like my half an hour with you, right, to talk about Man U. I can go and do something more productive about this.
Yep.
It's true. Yeah.
Yep. I'm at a point where, like, I've said it before and I'll say it again, right? Like, the players are just not smart enough. Nor do they have the IQ. Nor do they have the even capability to even adapt to a new system. The thing that I feel that is the biggest problem with why I have an issue with Amorim right now, right? Even though I've been a fan of his, right? Is the fact that he's playing a lot of players that are out of position, that shouldn't even be in the position, right? And like one clear example is Luke Shaw. Why are you playing at left centre back?
Yep.
Like he's better off at left wing back. Just let him attack. Like,
no, he's better off like not even playing for this.
I know,
anymore.
but
I don't understand. Like, it's been 5 years, right, bro? When you're starting Dalot, Maguire, and Shaw in your defense, right?
Yeah.
Is this club really moving forward? I don't think so.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this lah. Like, let's just keep it this way. Play the lead, get Eden Heaven back, and then play Euro.
Yeah.
Play Euro. Your left wing back.
About that? I don't understand.
Your left wing back, right? If it's gonna be Dogu, let it be Dogu. Then your right wing back, right? Just play Ahmad or Mazraoui. Or no, don't even play Ahmad. When Mazraoui's fit, just play Mazraoui. Your midfield, right? Drop Bruno lah. I know he's your captain, right? But the thing is that there's a
you either drop him, right, or you play him in his
natural position,
which is like the number 10, number 8 row, right? You know that kind. You play him as a number 6, yeah.
Yeah, which basically means that, okay, if you're going to do that, right, he's going to play on the left or the right when you think Cunha needs a rest or whichever. Then you play him there. Bruno shouldn't start anymore already, because I always say there's a club captain, but the club captain doesn't necessarily mean that he has to start the game. You get what I mean, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so he doesn't have to start the game. On paper, everybody knows your best midfield is Mainu and Ugarte, or Mainu and Casemiro. Or you buy a midfielder in the summer transfer window and you go and try to see whether you go and try to get Baleba one more time.
Even though I think that part is we don't have any control about it.
Yeah.
It's like,
but you need something like that already. You have no choice already, because if it's not, you have the most ill-disciplined number 8, right? Like midfielder in the entire world.
And it's your captain, bro. Yeah. So it's a lot of small things that adds up, you know. You cannot come and tell me that there's no favoritism in this club. When your manager is playing Fernandes and Dalot, right? And these two are part of your leadership team. How is Dalot supposed to be part of your leadership team? I don't understand. Bruno is your captain. Maguire is the vice captain, right?
Yeah.
And then Dalot is supposed to be the third in line for captain.
Yep.
Bro. Then it says so much. I really don't agree with this.
Honestly, you know who I think should be captain?
I don't even know, bro. I don't even think that. Yeah, I just feel that Bruno shouldn't be captain.
Bruno shouldn't be captain. Right? I'll give it to the leader.
Okay,
he's the only one. He's the only one that can.
When your captain is more concerned, when you're losing the game, your captain is more concerned about
getting yellow cards.
Opponent not getting yellow card. You're demanding more, right? But you're not demanding more from your teammates.
Yeah.
You're demanding something from the referee.
Yeah.
Which is like 90% of him. Of his antics. Then the other 10% is him rolling on the floor. Okay, maybe not even 10%. I think maybe like 40%.
Yep.
Him rolling on the floor, holding his ankles, you know. Imagine if you and I were teammates, right? If I see you doing that, bro, I will scold you, sir. I will scold you, I will like, say, bro, just get up. You know what? What do you hope to achieve from this?
If I saw you do that, I also scold you. So can you just get the hell out? You're leaving your man.
And we are losing,
And we are losing,
bro. Yeah, it's like crazy, yeah.
It's like,
so,
don't waste time.
I don't know, bro.
Don't waste time. Just get the thing up. Then basically, you can change the whole front three. But if everything behind them is in shambles, right? What's the point?
You can change exactly. You can change your tech, right? But your midfield
everything
and
behind
is
behind you is shambles, right? And the worst part is that the most calm player in your midfield, right, is on the bench. Like Mainu is a more calming presence. Just let him play. Like
and then I don't know I honestly don't know what happened to Ugarte, bro. That guy is on a downward trajectory.
Yeah.
He is so bad, no. I don't understand it. I'd rather play Casemiro, like a 50% Casemiro now.
Yep.
Than him. But it's just like he got red carded, right? So, like I said, right, the attack is brand new. Three of them, right? But the midfield to defense is Eric Ten Hag.
It's the same.
It's Eric Ten Hag, bro.
Yep.
Especially the goalkeeper.
Correct. So, which brings me to my point before we wrap up and we move on to the match of the week, right? Like, people that have been calling out for Amorim to change the system, right? If the midfield and the back is the same as Eric Ten Hag and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, right? 4-2-3-1 didn't work. 4-3-3 didn't work. 4-4-2 also didn't work. So what is going to work?
Yeah. Like I said, I think just
like what is
too crazy. You need to change the variable that has been here for 6 years.
Like, people forget. The system is not the problem. The system has been the fact that like the players have been playing in different systems and it has shown that they cannot play.
Yeah, and then as soon as they feel that they cannot play, right, they'll just
give up.
They will just give up. Yeah, correct.
Because to them,
they will just lose the mentality.
Because to them, right, it's simple, right? My job's not under threat. My manager's job is I'm safe.
Yeah. If I lose, I get the same pay. I win, I get the same pay. You know that kind of thing.
Correct.
So it brings me back to this lah. Like I feel there should be repercussions for losing games like that. Simple, just donate the wages to charity.
Yeah.
As clean as it can be.
Yeah.
It's all about cost saving, right?
Yeah.
If your players are not doing the job, then you gotta hit them where it hurts.
Correct. Then if let's say they said, it's wrong on this level, right? If you decide to sue, then it basically shows who you are as a person.
No, but why did the Leicester versus Sunderland a few years ago, right? It was Leicester Southampton. Yeah, they lost like 7-0, right? They suspended the wages for 2 weeks.
Yeah, correct.
It was a club's decision, you know. Why? Yeah. I don't come and tell me you got no money or this, like, you know, like you are being paid millions per week.
Yeah, correct. But if
they
make noise about it, it's like if they make
repercussions,
if they make noise about it, like, then to me it's very simple. You care more about the money than you actually care about winning. And then basically the old management has basically brought United to a point where the money is more important than the team already. Like I had this, remember the argument that I had with Alfred, with somebody.
Yeah.
It's the only club in the entire EPL, right, that player power is more prevalent than managerial power. The only club.
Yeah, so it's very obvious. And it's like, if you continue like that, right, the manager's going to get replaced soon.
Yeah, and then we'll be back in the same cycle over again.
And then what if the new manager comes in, don't like Mbeumo, don't like Cunha, don't like Sesko? Then
we waste
we're
money.
back to the same cycle again. Yeah,
we're back to the same cycle already. So like that question, stick or sack?
We have reached, I think, to be honest, we don't have a manager also, it will be the same thing.
Yep.
You can put like Alex Ferguson in this team, Davis, bro. He will still get sacked also.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say this, stick.
I would say stick. I just feel that it will be very unnecessary to change now. It will just be so shambolic, you know. Then if you change, then you say, okay, so this year is not our year anymore. It will be next year. It will just be same cycle. As soon as you know, bro, a few more years, it will be 10 years of this crap.
Yep. And
it's been more than 10 years of this crap, actually.
And some of these players will retire United legends for no reason. Like for what? I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna keep it as a simple point lah. As much as we say stick with Amorim, right? Amorim has to make decisions that benefit himself already. Drop the goalkeeper, change out the midfielder, let Bruno know until he gets his act together, right? He's not gonna play. And then you start and you give the midfielder that has been begging for a chance in this system, which I think is better for him. He did so well during preseason, right? How come you don't allow him to play? Then suddenly during the season you actually just decide not to play him. It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. So, yep, that's it for Man United. Moving on. Match of the week. Chelsea versus Liverpool. Chelsea lost to Brighton.
Liverpool also lost.
And Liverpool also lost. So, how bro? Comments?
I just think Chelsea has been a bit sway. Like, 2 red cards in 2 weeks. Sanchez one was a bit... Sanchez against Man U was a bit dumb from him.
Yes.
The Chalobah one also, I think, a bit reckless lah, you know. So, unfortunate for them. But football is like that. So, you just take a moment of folly to... like lose the game. They were winning, I think 1-0, you know, and then they lost 3-1 to Brighton. Liverpool, on the other hand, also definitely want to bounce back against Crystal Palace. I think that yesterday's game 2-1 was a bit of a... It was a misrepresentation of the scoreline. I think Crystal Palace could have easily scored like 4 or 5, man.
Yeah, there's some media saying it could have been 4-1, 5-1.
Yeah, bro. Mateta could have gotten a hat-trick. It's crazy, you know, yeah. I don't know why they were misfiring. Also, they didn't really had much chances, you know. And then they just got outplayed by Crystal Palace, who is like so defensively sound. And the fact that they could do that to Liverpool, I think is like pretty good. So I think both teams are going in with a little bit of a rut. I think more so Chelsea than Liverpool. Liverpool just hope they can bounce back. I think usually they will do it. Salah will turn up against Chelsea as per normal.
Well, one Crystal Palace player was supposed to be in red.
Just due to some issues. And the fact, I think that he didn't really push for it more. You know.
Yeah.
He didn't want to rebel against the club. So,
yeah. Because I think he has a good relationship. Too good a relationship with
Crystal
he
wants to maintain the relationship.
He wants to maintain the relationship, right? But overall, right, like I look at it this way. Like, did you see the memes on YouTube for Chelsea? Like the last week. So like last week, right, was Chalobah was like glaring at Alex Sanchez the whole time. Like they say like, oh, Chalobah hates Sanchez, right? Then Chalobah got a red card. The week after, Sanchez got a red card. Then the other one was, another meme was like, Chelsea bought Brighton only to lose to Brighton.
Yeah, only to lose to them.
Chelsea bought Brighton only to lose to Brighton. Question, I'm going to ask you this before my predictions, right? If Ekitike was around, would there have been a difference? Because I asked Ned this question, right? Like, if you had Ekitike and Isak, should you start Ekitike? Or should you start Isak? But Ekitike suspended because of the stupid red card during the League Cup. So, would you have started Ekitike in this situation, or would the result have been exactly the same for Liverpool?
I think the starting of Isak was mainly due to the fact that Ekitike was suspended during the week, right? So, in a way, they also feel like, okay, it's about time to play him also, you know?
Yeah.
But in terms of whether you want to start him away to Crystal Palace, if you have both options, I think you will still stick with Ekitike. You know, his form coming into the game was quite good. He's been scoring quite well, you know. And then maybe if you get a result from here, maybe next week onwards at Anfield you start Isak would be better. You know, you integrate him well at home where he's more comfortable as compared to here where it's such a tough ground to go to. Yeah. Doesn't really help the fact that Gakpo also didn't start, you know. They had to play
Words.
Outwards, yeah. Also another one not firing. So Yeah, they look a bit off yesterday. Like, it's like, if I have to be honest, I think Konate was bad. It was so bad, man. And then Salah also in a way was was missing from the game.
Yep.
So it was bad lah. Like nobody's really like, I felt like nobody really stepped up for Liverpool. You know, that's why they were being overwhelmed by Crystal Palace.
But I mean, Liverpool still technically
they're still top.
They're still top
So maybe it's a good thing that they're not running away with it yet lah. You know, it's like.
But the funny part is, you never guess who's second.
Yeah, Crystal Palace, right?
Crystal Palace is second. That's the funny part.
Yeah, they are like 3 points behind them. So I think it's quite good lah. Like if Liverpool had won yesterday, they'll be like 18 points already, right?
Yeah.
Crazy, and then they'll be so fast the lead, you know. But I think maybe it's good now that they are being delayed a bit.
Yeah. Agreed. So I'm gonna move on to the predictions, right? Because we gotta ask lah. As much as Chelsea have been okay this year, right? But Cole Palmer's gonna be injured for a while. What's the score?
It's at Stamford Bridge, right?
It's at Stamford Bridge.
Actually, I don't know, bro. Because Liverpool,
it's like
they have Champions League this week, right?
Yeah, but I get remember, it's damn hard to predict.
But on paper, you still have to go with Liverpool lah.
Yeah lah.
That's the only logical assumption, you know. Not okay. Assumption, prediction.
So prediction?
2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. Okay, I'm gonna go 1-0.
1-0.
1-0.
Okay.
And then they score.
But they haven't been keeping the thing about them is they haven't been keeping clean sheets.
Yeah, but it'll be 1-0, right?
They've been quite leaky. Very, very leaky.
It'll be 1-0 and it'll be in the last 10 minutes that they score.
Salah penalty. Typical.
Standard Liverpool. But a question, right? Salah handball, no handball.
I think my opinion.
Yeah.
I think flicked a bit lah, but negligible lah. You know.
There was a lot of debate. Remember we had this issue the last time we both of us were on.
I don't want to talk about referees. Don't even get no energy to talk about referees. So
I mean,
like okay, lucky the score favoured Palace. If they like Liverpool had won, right? I think this will be the controversy.
I
think it did flick a bit, like little bit, but
correct.
Negligible lah, like I said. Yeah.
The other one, the reason why I want to bring up referee controversy, right, was because one Brentford player didn't get sent off for.
Yeah, bro, but that shouldn't be the
no, it shouldn't.
Main reason why
it shouldn't. It's not a reason why United lost. I feel like because we already trained back. It's more to do with like what constitutes last man.
Yep.
Or like
and what
a denial of a good scoring opportunity.
Yeah, correct.
So like that's my question. Is like what
if that's not red, then what is right?
Correct, exactly. So I think that's the whole point because he's literally you can see there's a shaft, there's a push. And Bemo's literally the last guy.
He was really the last guy. Yeah. 6-7-year-old boy would know last man in football, right? Is means red card.
And the part that I don't understand, right, is because Bemo didn't get touched, right? I think he scores, or at least he gets a shot off.
No, it's a goal scoring opportunity.
Correct.
Right?
It's clear cut. It's clear cut. He's gonna get a shot off. So to me, it's like
it's a red card, bro. Like I don't understand how hard is it. If you give if the fact that the referee give the foul,
yeah,
it's like saying, I give you the foul, but look up for you. then what's the point? You know, it's like
correct.
Either foul, penalty, and red card, or no penalty at all.
Correct.
There's only two choices.
It's literally because Mbeumo is in between the defender and the goalkeeper.
I don't know lah, bro.
But then Bruno missed the penalty, so
please see two penalties missed out of 3.
Yep. He shouldn't be a penalty anymore. Either Mbeumo take or Les Esco take the penalty.
Just for the more evidence that he cannot take pressure.
Yep. Agreed. So, moving on. We have come to the end of this week's episode of the Football Kaki. Alright, so that is it for this week's episode of the Football Kaki, brought to you by the Chit Podcast Network. Now, for those of you who are tuning in, we just want to say thank you, and we hope that you continue to watch our other shows, which are the Copy Bros every Monday, where we have some fun interviews lined up for you, where we talk to different guests. And then every Friday we have a new show, the News in Singapore, the Lao Jiao Podcast, involving members of the Chit Chatter crew, where we come together and give our different perspectives on the news in a very natural and fun way, where you finally get to see all our personalities lah. You've seen me and Paul's personalities enough on Football Kaki. I think you should go over to the Lao Jiaos and see their personalities, but don't forsake us here on the Football Kaki. You will still see us on the other shows as well. So with that, bro, you got anything else to add before we close off?
I think I'm good, man. Singapore GP, bro, this week.
Yeah, Singapore GP this week.
I think it'll be a McLaren sweep.
Ferrari's not going to win. So,
or Sainz, maybe. No, not Sainz. Sorry, Sainz not in Ferrari anymore.
No. either Ferrari's not going to do well. They struggle in Monaco.
Yeah.
They're probably not going to think they're not going to do well in Singapore. So with that, bro, I think we're good. Have a good week ahead to all of those who are supporting clubs other than Man United. Have fun. For all your Man United fans, yeah. Until we get rid of the players, right, nothing's going to happen. So have a good week ahead. See you soon. Bye bye.